Hi everyone, it's Danny from Danny with a Planny here on YouTube and on Instagram. I am here today with a plan with me. This is back in February, so I am actually doing my voiceover a few months later, 2 months later almost. And so I am a little rusty on what all of my plans were. And these were stickers that I got from Galentine's with a Plan. So I wanted to kind of just use up some of those because February 1st that was the day of Galentine's. And so I just kind of felt like it was appropriate to use those items during like my February setup and the February 1st. So I had started doing it. I think maybe I even started on the plane doing those little arches. I was like, oh, I'll have plenty of time to do stuff on the plane. And then I just kind of like bad lighting and I don't know, it's not a real vibe on a plane. So I decided not to do it anymore. And I waited until I got home until I had better lighting and just felt more comfortable. So here I am trying to use the February that came with one of the sticker collections. I missed which one I came off of. I use a lot of accents from different shops for foil. So the swoosh there was from Letters to Apollo. It was from a long time ago, but I think she handmade those. Would love it if she started doing some more of those. I know she's probably like, Danny, stop it. But then I also used like this one here. That is the heart I cut out. This one was from like 2 years ago, from Paper Trail Plans. It was like this cool brushstroke heart that they did. But I really liked how some of these things turned out. I will say it was kind of challenging to use like 3 different sticker collections from different shops because some of the artwork isn't really the same, but most of it was from Paper Trail Plans that I used and from I think Letters to Apollo, I think was the other one that most of them. Oh, and Saucy Stickers Co. This is probably my favorite part that I did was this layering over here. There was a film strip, and I really liked the typewriter. So I think originally I wanted to put the typewriter up in the top right corner of the first page of the February page, monthly page, I guess. And I changed it up and put it down over here because I wanted the typewriter in with the film strip. And so I just kept, this is kind of normal. My normal process is I will start with like one thing layered and then continue to add until I feel like it looks full, if that makes sense. I will sometimes be like, oh, something's missing here. I wish I had something like this added in. And I still continue to go back and add. That's why I sometimes feel like it's weird for me to film myself because it's not always a linear process. Like sometimes I step away and I move over to something else while I still kind of think about what I want to do in a certain area. So that's kind of what happened in that corner. But I seriously love how this turned out, and I put the guap in there, which is the Galentine's with the Plan. So that was, I don't know, just a really fun nod to that day and the events that happened that day. And then Galentine's with the Plan was super fun. Shanice from Planners and Tacos did a lovely job putting on the event. That was my first time going, but it was really fun and I enjoyed it. It was super nice to meet everybody that I got to meet. And yeah, so just adding a few more sparkly bits. So after I did the first and the monthly dashboard, I jumped ahead to February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, using this Graceful Muse Paperie February subscription. I really have been enjoying getting her subscriptions. She does such a great job doing foiling. If you're interested in any of those, I do have those up on my website, on my YouTube. I don't know why I said website. I was thinking about like purchasing it through her website, I think. Anyways, so I have it up on my YouTube channel under subscriptions. So if you're interested in looking at some of those and seeing what comes in the kit, feel free to look at those. But I sometimes will do this where I know I want to use a certain collection on a certain day. So I will jump ahead to that day. And that way I feel free to use whatever stickers I want on that day. And versus starting at the beginning of the month and then trying to go through the rest of the month and hoard. I don't want to say hoard, but like I don't always want to use, I'll be like, oh, I really want to use that for this day or that day or what have you. So I will just go ahead and jump to that day, and then I get to use all the stickers that I want, and then I mostly backtrack. So then I will do like the 13th and the 12th and the 11th and 12th and kind of see. Also, I wanted to do it that way too so that I could see how many stickers I needed from the first, well, technically what would be the second of the month. And then I didn't know if these stickers would go the whole, 12 days. So that is another reason why I did it. So I was going to have to figure out some other kinds of stickers to use. Anyways, I have been really enjoying doing these like larger scenes in the middle. I used a lot of layering bits for the middle part. Letters to Apollo had these really cool kind of lacy items that she had, I'll call ink swatches that she had that I layered underneath that I thought turned out really cool. This actually was semi-inspired by Tay. She had done this like like diagonal in one of her bullet journals. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I could kind of achieve that with my daily journal. And so I put down one of the thinner washi strips and put some of the images and illustrations in to kind of fill in the rest of that gap. I'm not mad about how it came out, but I don't know. I haven't done it since. It kind of creates like a weird angle on the edges on the like wider mouth pieces of them. So it's just something I might play with again in a different time. So these are her largest images, and I have mentioned this a little bit about how sometimes it's hard to use some of these larger items, but I feel like this one came out okay. I think it helps that her edges are not, it's not square. She has a more organic edge, so it leans into, it doesn't make it so boxy. This one, I was using some of the bigger washi tape, and I liked tearing it and creating these different kinds of, like, I don't want to say scenes, but like I wanted to ground it with the washi tape. So the balcony is grounded by the bottom washi there, and then the top one, I kind of wouldn't be grounding, it would be like raising it so that it created this ceiling for it. Anyways, I'm not always sure what to talk about in some of these. So I think next time I may try to get some questions. I know some people do that sometimes, so I may try to get questions. If you guys have stuff that you would like me to talk about, or you want to start asking questions, now would be great too. And then I can start collecting them and answering questions. Oh my gosh, this mirror right here, I fell in love with it. And I really kind of wanted to use the whole thing, but I thought it would be really cool to have it like cut in half for the like side of the page. So, but she did an amazing job foiling that. Oh, it's such a beautiful sticker. I could use like 20 more of those mirrors. There were a lot of really interesting foiled items in this collection. There was one with like the heart there with the hands, and the heart kind of looks veiny. I thought that one was really cool. And then she had another one with like a couple, I don't know, she just had some really cool character sticker or people stickers and just different elements in this that made it very fun to play with. One thing that I've been doing lately, if I don't have enough corner stickers, is I've kind of been creating my own. So in that, you just probably maybe got a glimpse of me doing it, but I will take a longer edged floral. So it's all one length, and I will cut it up into like an L shape and layer them on top of each other. And usually it's pretty seamless. Like you can't super tell that it's two separate parts kind of put together in one. And if it is super obvious, then I layer another image or something on top of it so it doesn't come out as wonky. This girl was really pretty too, the one that I put in the center there. She has a lot of little torn paper washi. So I sometimes will actually kind of piece them together to make them look a little bit longer. And it's nice to have the different options. And with washi paper, and her washi paper in particular is really nice to overlay with one another, and it's very seamless. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. Because she adds so much foil into her decorative or her journaling collection, it makes it easier for me not to have to feel like I have to pull in foil as much. So that's been a nice, like, I'm trying to do these daily journals fairly quickly. However, I am getting more intricate as we go on, but not having to pull in a lot of foil does help. But I did want to have some bits that I pulled in to keep it cohesive, like this torn paper washi from Bloom Paper Studio. It's her music letter or music notes. I don't think she has those anymore. She's not doing a whole lot of the foiling anymore. She's kind of changed over. I took the calendar since I didn't use it on the first page, and I kind of used the corner of that to create more florals on the side. I tend to use a lot of florals, and I feel like at this point I might have been starting to run out, or maybe I was worried about running out, and so I wanted to make sure I had enough for the last page that I'm probably doing here. So just getting creative with what I had left. So using that calendar sticker with the florals helped. I felt like I was pretty creative with most of this, like for me, and this was like only my first time ever using her. This might have been my first time using hers. So maybe I just felt it was a good collection, guys. I was really excited to use this collection. Oh, there's the other mirror with a couple. Oh, it's so cute. I was like, I definitely have to use this one. One thing I wish I would have done a better job at, and I tried to like slow it down when I was editing, that's the rest. Those are all the things that I use. This one is from Letters to Apollo. I loved hers as well, and the color in this one is not a typical one that you would use in February, I feel like, so I thought that was an extra fun bonus. So I use this one for the 16th through the 23rd, I think. So that was like, I don't know. I also really enjoyed hers. She has a lot of smaller deco that I liked. But what I tried to do after each page is I tried to slow down some so that you can see how it looked. Next time I'll try to remember to do a flip through. I think I was not quite sure where I wanted to end up on this. What I was the next month or the 24th through the end of the month would have been like my birthday week, and I decided not to film that, which I don't think I had decided at the end of this. So that's why I didn't go back through and film the flip through, I suppose, at the end. So if you want more close-up pictures or just pictures in general, you can always head over to my Instagram. I did post that up on my page. So anyways, I think that I'll have that link below. I did end up pulling in some more foil to this collection just because I wanted to play off of kind of some more of the winter vibes that were happening in the collection. And I think I had some silver winter stuff out from another collection that I was doing. So it was like, why not play off of that? So sometimes it's a matter of if I have it out and handy, and sometimes it's in not being lazy. And then for this, and that's the point of my daily journal, is I'm supposed to be doing it quick. Like, it's fun to use stickers in a different way, but also like it needs to be kind of quick so that I'm not spending too much time and I can get back to other kinds of planning, like my bullet journal or my memory planner. So I really love all the like different size deco that she includes in her collections. These aren't actually not like full boxes, but they play so much like full boxes that I really wanted to incorporate some of those. So this is one way. And if you are somebody that has like either leftover full boxes from a collection and want to use it in your daily journal, I think you should feel free to do that, because you just treat them like you would in your planner, your memory planner. So that's kind of what I was thinking. I treated them like tilted boxes. And then I use the Panda Bird Designs corners to kind of give them a little bit of outline with her dotted line corners. I think they're a different name, but I was probably on the screen. I love these lace torn washi from Saucy Stickers. They're still in the shop as well, so if you're interested in those. But it made it really nice to pull in and really cohesive, because anytime I was like, oh, I need some like foil, I was able to really add it in there using that lace. And obviously it matched really well with the collection. So some of these pieces, she from Letters to Apollo, Jess, did a nice job layering already, so it made it easier to kind of just add more to it. I mentioned earlier that I'll do a lot of like layering, so I'll start kind of with the first base and then add a second base and a third and keep going through. So when she has items that she's already layered, it does make it less time consuming to go back through and add all the layers. I didn't mention this earlier, but I guess I can go ahead and mention this now. I am using a Sterling Ink B6 size notebook. It is also, I did a review on it. Well, I went through my planner stack a while back to start 2025, but it was was up before January. But anyway, so it's a B6 full year daily planner is what it's called. I have been enjoying using it. It's my first actual journaling planner that I use. I kind of used, I bought some inexpensive ones at the end of last year, to see if this was something that I could build a habit around, daily journaling. And to my surprise, I was able to. And so that was a nice, pleasant surprise that I was able to do that. And so I decided to invest in a better, I don't want to say better one, but like a more dedicated journal. I went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to include one with a daily. And so if you go into you go back to my other video where I talk through my planner stack, I explain a little bit more of my intentions for all the different journals that I got. So far, I have definitely kept up with my daily journal, my paper tests. I forget the exact name of it. Sorry, it's sitting right here. Yeah, Paper Test Designs planner. I got the manager's notebook. I really love this notebook so much, but I just haven't been filling it out as much. I kind of wish I could combine the two and have one together. That would be really nice. I really like the dashboard and the paper tests. But yeah, I might have to figure out something else for next year. I don't know. I might think a little bit more through it next year. But yeah, I'm enjoying all the different kinds of planning that I'm doing this year. It is April when I'm doing this voiceover, and I can't tell you how much joy I've had with like the bullet journaling and adding that aspect, and then the daily journal, and I'm still doing some memory planning. So I'm just really, really kind of happy with all the things that I'm doing. So anyways, I think in this one, I love these from Panda Bird Design. They're like one of my favorite trims, borders. I don't know what to call them, but they're one of my favorites. I love them so much. It's like this nice scalloped edge, but it's like she's pretty and classy. I realized like halfway through, that I had not been using torn paper washi. So I think I was like, how can I incorporate this? And I decided that I was going to do like strips underneath. Sometimes that's it too. Like you're flipping through your stickers and you're like, oh, I haven't used this one. How am I going to incorporate it? And so you have to get kind of creative with that. I thought it was cute how she added in some of those light blue hearts in some of those as well. So these are washi strips that I am cutting or like tearing so that the whole thing isn't being used. That's just the nice thing about washi paper, is that you can cut it up or rip it up, I suppose, and make organic edges and change it to the size that you want. And sometimes I've been doing that too. If I feel that there is an illustration that is more boxy than I want it to be, I've started kind of tearing up the corners and making it look more organic. And I am really kind of happy with how, I don't know, that's the one thing that I just like about washi paper, is that it gives you that option. I was trying to decide which lace to add in. Using the backing, this is a trick that I got from Jess of Lustrous Plans, or co-owner of Paper Trail Plans. Using the clear backing off of the washi paper has been a game changer for me, because I do all that layering. I don't have to worry about peeling it up, especially on the Tombow River paper. So it makes it a lot easier. I get so nervous about ripping it up. It is not the Sadie Stickers memory planning paper that I'm used to, which is a little bit more forgiving when you pull up. The nice thing is that washi paper doesn't stick down as much as like premium and or in particular transparent matte, but provides that like thinner paper quality that makes it nice. So I think I do a little bit of a flip through for this one for the rest of the Letters to Apollo. That'll basically do it for me. If you guys have any questions, please put them down below, like questions about anything that I did here and or questions that you'd like me to answer. And the next one, it can be planner related. It could just be like mostly life related. I might edit out if it gets too personal, just to be fair. I know I am pretty open in general, and I feel like most of us are, but still got to keep some stuff private. So anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all next time. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.